So hey folks, we're live. We're a little bit early actually today as well. Actually got ahead of myself. Doesn't happen very often, but we managed to do it. Hope you've all had a good week so far. It's Wednesday, doing a bit of Blender sort of asset making assets for my future game. So I thought we would carry on with this. Let's get a little bit of music going, just to break the silence a little. It's lo-fi for cat. Is this specifically for cats? Cats lo-fi? Sounds cool. Why is it not coming through the stream? It keeps defaulting. There we go. This could be a little low in the background there. Right. Let's switch over to the main screen, have a look at Blender, see what's going on. I have started just before the stream. I thought, you know what? I should just go live with it. So I've started texturing this gate. I've picked this texture and I'm not sure I'm going to stick with it, but it's a texture. So I've not fully decided what kind of rocky texture I want to stick with. But if we kind of go for this for now. Let's go back to layout. Let's select that. Right. So all I've been doing is selecting each of the rocks, grabbing the faces, and just enlarging the faces on the UV map here. So they occupy as much of this texture as possible. Let's move that a bit more center. Right, now we can overlap them all. So it doesn't matter if they occupy the same kind of space. Not for this anyway. So that kind of takes us a little bit of texture in the middle here and applies it to that rock. So when we're looking at it, you can see a little bit of rock texture going on. But yeah, I'm gonna texture all these pieces just to kind of have an idea. But I think this is probably the wrong texture. And so a quick look at some other textures I have. I want it to look like a stone texture, but maybe not quite that stone. Let's have a look. What else do we have? Let's go a quick look through my files. Assets. hand pasted textures. Okay, there's some nice textures, but they're oh, what was that actually? Roughness. Okay, no, that's just floor tiles. Stylized fantasy? Mine, okay. Might have something in the mine textures. Oh, we've got that rock texture, we've got this rock texture. That one might be better. Might like that one. Open image. So this was in 1500 retro textures pack. Which folder is that in? Assets 1500, okay. And rich rock texture was looking at 01 ALB. Let's try that. It's probably a bit closer to what I was after. Obviously not for the floor, but there's kind of this mottled kind of rock. It's not so obvious when it's kind of plastered around an object. It kind of looks like it could be. Okay, we'll continue with that. There's certainly a bigger texture there. Let's go back to layout. Select one we've already done. Okay, yeah, it fills the texture. Nice. UV editing. Let's make these bigger. Let's drop that down there. Make it bigger so I can actually comfortably select that one up there. Oh. There you go. I'm in the wrong mode, that's why. Move these center. Make them larger. Right, we can overlap them now. There you go. Need to remember the keyboard mode shortcuts. Or if I get around to mapping the mode shortcut keys to my Stream Deck, this should make life far, far easier, I think. Try and occupy as much of this texture as we can.
History will remember your contribution to this.
Hey, how's it going, Cubes? It's good to see you. Where's my bot gone? There it is. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciate that, dude. Welcome in, raiders. Anyone who's come through cubes. Hey, hello. How your stream go? I saw you went live earlier. Unfortunately, I couldn't jump in. No worries. Awesome. Now, I do get the notifications pop up on the phone and go, Cubes is live. Can't get to a computer right now. All good. It went well. Glad to hear. What were you up to? I didn't actually get a chance to read the... You still been working on your game? How's that been going? I think I'm happy with that one. So I'll actually go a little bit, go live a little bit earlier today. Playing some RimWorld and then discussing some game dev. Nice. Yeah, I've had at least one stream where I've kind of thrown game dev at the end. Because normally I can't kind of dual mindsets. Okay, I'm doing one thing and I'll focus on one thing. But I like to play games as much as make them, so... not sure what's going on. That's probably the mode I'm in. A slightly transparent mage there. Kind of took a break from my project for a bit, but I'm going to start working on it again. Nice. Yeah, I saw a bit of what it was like last time I was able to catch a stream. It was looking pretty good. Yeah, thank you. No problem. Now, I know these things kind of take time and energy. You don't always have both at the same time, if at all. It's like 2 months ago, I think. Oh, wow. I was thinking it's been a little while since I've actually managed to see you and see a go live notification with game dev. What am I doing? Yeah, move this one. But yeah, life kind of gets in the way. Other things pop up, and that's why I'm trying to put time into sort of work on it where I can. But then I only have basically 2 hours every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to do anything, and I could do more. But yeah, you say burnt myself out. But I'm back now. Nice. Yeah, I burn out so easily. Like at one stage, I was streaming 4 or 5 days a week. But this is kind of when you couldn't do much else. But then I sort of tried to keep that up as I was bringing more things back into my life, and yeah, it just doesn't. You burn out very quickly, and I burn out quickly anyway. So I'm trying to ignore the feeling of wanting to put more hours into things, and just doing what is comfortable. You go, well, that's a comfortable amount of time. I'm going to ignore the feeling that I could go longer, but I'm not going to put myself through that. I feel you. I'm going to do the same from now on too. I'm glad to hear. No, especially if you're passionate about it. Like, there's times I'm trying to work out a problem. Like I'm trying to do something I've not done before, or work out a mechanic, or just trying to code something, and I know I've been streaming for about 2 hours already, and I go, well, I'm just going to burn myself out, A, by streaming longer, and B, by trying to put more energy into working out the problem while I'm already tired. And what usually happens is I'll finish the stream, have a rest for about 10 minutes, and then it'll just pop into my head, and I'll quickly do a thing, and then have to kind of update the following stream to say what I've done. But it's usually the way. Though I could stream every day for a month, I forced myself to have healthy breaks and stuff. Nice. Glad to hear, Cubes. No, it's good. It's too easy for streamers to just perpetually be online. I know if I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't have an excuse to stick at something. And sometimes I feel like I need to be streaming a lot more to do more stuff, but I stream as much as I am reasonably able to, and I work on stuff as much as I'm reasonably able to. And I just trying to learn and realise that I'm doing enough, and these things can take time. And they should take time. You shouldn't feel that you should rush anything creative. It should be a pleasurable experience. It should be fun. It should be something you enjoy, not kind of sap you from joy, really. I see. I would normally try to power through on stream because I'm working and streaming mindset. Taking breaks, how you mentioned, is really good. Yeah. Now, breaks are important. Like, I do it with like my day job. My day job is writing software for a distribution company, and I'm quite happy doing breaks during that. So, okay, I need a break. I need to take my mind off it. I'm trying to work out a problem. And I'm fine kind of doing breaks for that. But breaks for my own needs, stuff that's for me, that I don't tend to take breaks for. But, quite happy doing breaks for work. But then you kind of, I feel like I'm not benefiting from it. So I'm going to just keep going if it's my own stuff. It's looking okay. I'm definitely going to change the ground though. I can see how this texture was probably made on like a photo program where it's kind of swirling a few things. But at a distance, looks like a nice marbly rock texture. Got this from a free texture pack. I'm not at the stage of making my own textures. What are these assets for? So I've been writing and designing like an adventure RPG light kind of game for about a year now. I've been like, whenever I have a thought, I'll go onto my I've got like a Trello board online. I just keep adding ideas to, and this is the first time I've actually made anything for it. So it's all been like sketches and little pictures and like mood boards and snippets of like story. So I've been doing all of this, but I thought I'm going to try and actually start making some of the key assets for the game to kind of give myself something tangible, like, okay, this is the basis for the game now. Well, I'm still designing, I'm still writing, having ideas, but this is one thing that's kind of key to the game, is this stone circle. So I'm still doing the last project I've been working on, I'm still doing on Fridays. And that's the one with the little trebuchet throwing rocks. Still doing that. But I thought I'll keep my knowledge and skills in Blender up by making assets. Making assets for the following game, and then my Unity and game engine kind of skills I'll try and improve on the current game, and then use those skills once I've finished, to then put these assets into use. And I've read a few things online where they suggest not making too many assets before you get going with the game. Like, you might decide actually the scaling is wrong, or you've decided that you've changed sort of what things should look like, what the art style is going to be. So I'm not going to make all the assets. So I'm going to make a few key ones, and like, as I say, the texturing might change. And I've got an art style in mind. So the art style is going to be sort of not super low poly, but it's kind of not high detail. Like this, the way this skate is at the moment is pretty in keeping. So it's not too many vertices going on. Like, you get the idea of what it is, maybe a little bit more detail, but that's generally kind of the art style I'm going for. So the things I've got set, I'm going to keep. But anything I'm not going to bother trying making an asset for. Or if I do, it's going to be a very basic standard. This is not OpenRA, nah. You anger me. How's it going, Jeffrey? Yeah, I set up an OpenRA and thought, yeah, maybe I'd chill today. Fight it out and everything. I challenge you to a duel, sir. I sell emotes, say Lisa. Sell the best emotes. And you as well. Just made €100. Nice. Is that through your merch or selling emotes? Nice. So you are actually selling emotes. Doing my nails together, like okie dokie. Ooh. You kind of like just doing like a manicure kind of stuff, or gonna be painting them cool colours. Hey, Poggies. Someone asked me for the artist that did mine. There you go. Who's that cool artist that did your emotes? So here we go. Yeah, some of the coolest emotes I've come across. I know there's a lot of cool emotes on Twitch. Paid the fee within minutes. I haven't even started drawing. Wow. So they kind of paid up front of the commission. A combination of paint and manicure stuff. Nice. Yeah, you deserve to have nice nails. You always deserve to spend time on yourself. It's nice to do things for yourself. Nice to do nice things for yourself. Now, I don't do enough nice things for myself. And I know something as simple as just taking a calm stroll in nature could be a nice thing for yourself. But I suppose giving myself time to learn, like, I get a lot of kind of reward emotionally and mentally from learning stuff. So something like this is quite rewarding for me. I was thinking to myself, I'm stuck with your box art. Ah, that's okay. But I definitely do music for this and big game if you want. I'm getting better with MIDI. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking actually. I was listening to one of the first tune you sent me recently. I was thinking, they make great boss music. I'm thinking, well, which of the bosses could I apply something like this to? But yeah, certainly don't worry about the box art too much. Like, if it comes to it, I could like create the art in Blender and then kind of just find a nice angle and stylize it from that. Next one is Secret Project. But you can know, of course, yeah. Yeah, this is kind of a secret project, but you're watching me do stuff for a secret project. But you don't know the details of it, so... One of the main reasons, of course, I don't want to give the entire plot of the game away. Nor do I want to give all my ideas away and then not do them, or someone else kind of do it better. It's the down perspective on the cement between the bricks. Horrific. Yeah, that's fair. I know, sort of perspective like always haunted me at I've done it again. Always haunted me when I was like doing graphic and art stuff at school. And I've not really done much like set like I've not tried to do something that needed perspective for a long time since school. I've not gone, well, I'm going to draw something with the idea of putting perspective into this. I've just drawn it as if it exists in 3D space. And I've not really tried to add perspective. Go, well, it is an object from a single viewpoint and it occupies 3D space. That's about the extent of my drawing skills. By the way, if you had paid me, it would have been done. No worries. Free projects, I'll get back to that. Of course, yeah, I'm the same. Like, I'm more inclined to go, well, I won't charge you for this. Don't pay me any money, because it means I don't have to worry about rushing it or doing it quickly. And people go, no, I'll pay you. No, don't pay me. Please don't pay me. But yeah, there's no rush for it. I haven't got a deadline to finish the game. I haven't got a deadline to release the game. But this is just a project that I was doing for my own kind of education experience and a bit of fun, which people seem generally interested in. So it will need fun things like box art. It's 1, paid work, 2, work for myself, 3, free commissions for friends. Of course, and that's the way it should be. At no point should your friends expect free stuff from you. That's a priority. Like, I remember the kind of... There's a triangle I've seen online. There's a triangle of 3 points that business kind of work for, like, producing stuff, and the 3 points are speed, quality, and cost. So speed, quality, and cost. Now, if you think of those three on a triangle, sort of, and you move a pointer, you have like a little dot that you put inside that triangle, and as soon as you move the dot in one direction, you've got to move it away from the others. So you can have something that is quick and high quality, but the cost has got to go up. So you've got to pay more to have a high quality at speed. So you can't have a decent cost on it. You end up paying more. But you go, well, I want it cheap and fast. Well, that means you've got to have it a low quality. They go, well, I want a high quality and cheap. Well, it's going to take a long time. So you can't have all three. It has to either be a cheaper cost, a higher quality, or fast work. And you can only pick two at any one time. You can't expect all three. And what you're doing for me is high quality and free for me, basically. So low cost and high quality. So the speed is suffering, and that's how business works. Barely do free shit for people, but you help me with coding. That's fair. Like, so if I eventually have something, then bonus. If it never becomes a thing, I don't mind. But if you get inspiration and it helps you learn the perspective, and you kind of go, oh, I get better at doing perspective work in this kind of fashion as a challenge, then everyone wins. But yeah, smart. So like, I heard that, I thought that it makes sense, and you can apply it for anything. Like if you want to commission me to write you some coding, it'd be the same thing. Like if you're not paying me and you want a high quality, then I'm not going to do it quickly because I'm going to do it when I can. But if you're paying me and you want high quality, it's probably going to take a bit more time, but not as much time as it would otherwise. So yeah, you just apply those three things: low cost, high quality, and done quickly. And doing all three will only burn you out, and you don't get your worth has not been realised at that point. But there's so many friends have offered to pay me to do work. Well, quite a few friends have asked me to do things for free and go out there. Gotta go now. I hope you have a good stream. Thank you, Cubes. Thank you for popping in. It's always good to see you. I'm going to try and catch a stream of yours again soon. I hope you can get a chance to work on your game. I'm looking forward to see how that turns out. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you soon. Now, there might be a quicker way of doing this, but as with all things, we do things the slow and awkward way, and then we find out you could have saved yourself half the time if you just did this. But you learn the slow way first. Right here, I'll be playing a dev stream soon. I want to get back into it. Awesome. I'll try and be there. It's always good to learn from other devs, because there's best practice, there's standards, there's kind of like what a lot of people have subscribed themselves to as a method, but there's no rules on how to do something. If it achieves results and doesn't cause issues by doing something a certain way, then it's not a wrong way. So I've saw on YouTube some time ago a game dev I follow mentioned I think it's Undertale. The way that Undertale, quite a famous indie game, has been written, all the dialogue, like all the words that come up on the screen in Undertale is in one file, and it is just a long case statement. And that's all. It's not the industry standard, it's not probably the most efficient, but for a smallish, low kind of demand game like that, it works. Why overcomplicate it? Just have a long thing with all the different things that could be said, and just pass in a number and then retrieve a bit of dialogue. I don't think it's even a case statement. I think it's a set of ifs. But again, if you're not trying to super optimize a game, which you don't need to do with a game like Undertale, it's really does not need optimization. Like a massive game with lots of dialogue and high graphics, and you need to get as much quality out of it for its memory usage. Then yeah, you have to really kind of say, what can I do to make this game run as fast as possible? Now, Revolt Overthrow could probably be improved in bits, because I was learning as I was making it. So I certainly haven't made it the most efficient in some places. I'll do it again. But it works. And it works on mobile. So I know I can't be doing anything too bad for it to run on mobile. Admittedly, a Samsung S series as the flagship Samsung Android phones. I'm not sure how it would run on the A series or any of the lower spec Androids, but I'll have to test it and see how it goes. Now what I should have done is when I was building this gate and reusing the stones was texture it before I reused them. That would have saved me time. That's where you find efficiencies. I should have textured it before copying the stones. But not all stones are the same. They've been resized and whatnot, so. Yeah, I'd like to play some OpenRA soon. So next Wednesday, this time next Wednesday, I will be in a field. Quite likely, what field? If I have the energy, I might be out exploring this time next Wednesday. If I don't have the energy, I'll be napping in my tent. But we shall see how it goes. I would like to think I have the energy still at my age, but after you've carted all your camping stuff, about 2 kilometres over hills up and down, and then set up a tent. You're probably in for a good nap later on. But we shall see. I'll try, if I have better signal this year, I'll try and send some more stuff to my Discord. But last year I struggled so much to try and even just get the photos of Hanabi uploaded that I kind of gave up. Like, I hit send and I kept checking my phone and it was still trying to send like over an hour later. So maybe I won't try and send stuff, but we'll see how it goes this year. And I just never got around to it when I gave back. If I can't send anything, I'll make sure I make a folder and just go through it all. It does remind me I need to clear my phone down of anything I want to back up. Firstly, in case I need the space, and secondly, in case I lose the phone. Hopefully the second doesn't become an issue. At one stage I used to take an old Nokia phone with me, with a pay-as-you-go SIM card in. But the problem is these days you need a smartphone to really benefit from the festival, because your tickets to get into the festival have to be on a smartphone. Like, there's no like you can use a smartphone. It's like, no, you have to use a smartphone, which I can understand is useful in some ways. So that, okay, they don't have to print off the tickets, they have to mail them to you. Don't have to worry about getting lost in the post. And you can guarantee those tickets are yours because they're on your phone with your name against it. But there's a problem if you ever need to get your tickets checked and you have no battery. And even as far as like not having enough signal when they go to scan your ticket on your phone, because it needs to connect to the internet. But there are ways to preload your ticket. Most take printed with me just in case. Yeah, the good contingency would be to print off your ticket confirmation, I suppose. But they don't even send you. They send you like proof of purchase. They go, well, here's confirmation you have bought tickets. But they don't really send you any ticket, like any actual ticket information. That's all digital. That's mainly Ticketmaster. I'm not sure how much Ticketmaster's used elsewhere. But they insist that it has to be on the phone. Like, you can't even screenshot it because it's like a code change barcode, so it changes like a passcode. It keeps changing, so you can't even screenshot it. So you can't print the ticket unless there's some kind of hack that allows you to do so. They've announced this year that unless you are camping, as in you're taking a tent and camping on site, or have the ticket that allows you to do that, they're not going to give you a wristband when they scan your phone. They're only going to scan your phone, and you're going to walk in, and then you stay in the festival, and if you want to get back in the festival, you have to show your phone again. Now, it's going to be okay for me and Nix, because we're camping. They're going to give us a little wristband, as they usually do. And you just kind of show the wristband, and go, look, I'm supposed to be here. But if you're not camping, your phone is your only proof that you're supposed to be there. Which I don't fully understand that thinking. Like, it can't be for money saving, because the wristbands cost pennies. Especially to a company charging that much. And I can understand it's going to be easier for security. Like, only people that have a wristband are the people that can get into the camping areas. Rather than go, which wristband do you have? Do you have the right colour wristband? Is that have wristband, camp, no wristbands, can't camp. So it makes it easier for security just to not even read your wristband and go, well, if you have one, you're allowed to camp. That's the only thing I can think of, is that it makes security's life easy, because they're only checking one thing rather than a couple of things. But it certainly does not make it easy for the people paying the money to go and see the bands. I'm looking forward to it though. It's going to be fun, as it usually is. Camping with fun people, seeing fun bands. I'll try and take some. I don't think I took many photos of the camp last year, because in previous years so much happened in the campsite that I filmed it. I took photos, lots of fun things, but last year was too wet. People were only outside just to stay under a kind of undercover, or staying in the tent, or going somewhere else to be undercover and be entertained. I've only got a couple more stones to go. And that's got the texturing done for now. Let's do that one next. I do want to sculpt this top stone, so I'll probably do that after I've done these textures. I'll texture that one, but I'm going to try and sculpt the stone to be a bit more unique. Because it's quite important, like the general look of this. So I may yet still change this design, but at least I've got something to kind of work from. Like, this is like version 1, and go, actually I think I can redesign this better. Which one did you like the best, by the way? Are the two songs, Dubstep or the Secret Song? Ooh, I liked them both for what they were. Like, obviously the Dubstep one was really good for dubstep, and the Secret Song was really good for the secret genre. But I think if I had to choose just one, probably the dubstep, because that had kind of the most kind of processing to my ears. We say hardcore. I mostly want to keep it secret for people I know. Okay, yeah. So the hardcore one was good. Like, I don't listen to a lot of Dutch hardcore. But for what I do know of the genre, and my kind of appreciation of hardcore anyway, I liked it. Too many people I know make the genre as well. I just don't want to have to talk to them about it all the time and have competition. Yeah, it's fair. And you don't have to. I know there's musicians and artists that want people to appreciate them as an artist. And they go, well, this is my creation, this is what I've made, I want people to look at it and tell me how good it is. Like, generally people. But then go, well, I just want people to enjoy what I've made. I don't want to be kind of known for it, I don't want to be famous, I don't want to sort of, yeah, I don't want to be kind of drawn into the scene. Like the art itself is far beyond who I am. And you have a lot of secret artists like that. Especially if they're already known for other things. Like, just thinking like painting as an artwork. Not sure if you're familiar with the activist style painter Banksy. Like, no one knows who Banksy is. And he wants it that way generally because it's not about him. It's not about what he paints. It's not about him as far as what he paints. It's about the meaning and the content of the painting. To say, well, I want to draw your attention to the painting. I don't matter. It's what I made that matters and why I've made it. But certainly for things like music as well, it's like, well, I just want to make the music and have people listen to it and people enjoy it. I don't need to be known. That was quite nice. I might change that texture, of course, but do I have a grassy texture I can throw on there? I forgot quite a few of these. Some pretty cool assets I've got in my collection. I've got a steampunk airship asset that I would like to play around with in Unity at some point. I might even throw it into this type of game. Temple ruins, treasure room, tropical island, Viking settlements. All good stuff for basing other things off. Right, what do we want? Oh, chocolate, carpet, cobblestone, crystal, fabric, fence, flowers, grass. What grass textures? Oh, some pretty cool looking funky grass. Maybe that one. Okay, that's tea grass 77. Let's make a new. Grass texture. Cool. And then where do we add it now? Ah, no, it is image texture. And then open image. Let's go to the grasses. It's grass 77. Shame you can't actually see the window popping up. 77. Kind of done with the nails, so I was back. To sell emotes. Are they emotes of nails? There's those awesome emotes. So I've made a grass texture. Ah, okay. So I need to remove the rock texture. There we go. The grass is underneath. Cool. I wonder how do we tile it? Because that's obviously very very pixelated. Roughness. We can actually see trees. Interesting. It's like a tree line. Doesn't exist. Quite rough, doesn't shine. Transits, velocity, UV normal. Single image? No, what's this? Oh no, single image still. Movie generated. Oh, that looks a bit better colour wise. Flat box. Flat. Linear cubic. Linear. Might have to do a quick Google on that one. So Blender tile texture. How to tile textures in Blender. That sounds what we want. Ah, do we have to use nodes? Looks like it. Not done anything with nodes yet. So what's this? Is it the shader? Viewport shading. So he selects that. Shading. Shading. Ah, okay. You have a shading thing now. Okay. What do we do from here then? So we open up the shading tab. Okay, so that's connected to the base color. Mapping. So we need to create a mapping. So basically when you, in Blender, when you drag something in or select something, it's basically just connecting these lines. Which is supposed to be like Unity. When you drag something in, you're basically connecting two lines together. Hey Nix, thank you for the hearts. Hope you're doing okay. You get a chance to look at your new computer parts? What do we need to add? Sent me pictures. Ooh, exciting. Let's have a look. You actually, oh, you found the bracket for the SSD. Oh, okay. That PSU looks really nice in there. Probably looks a bit too nice, but we will rectify that eventually. Not by making it less nice, but making everything else just as nice. And yeah, I'm glad there's actually a bracket. How did I not see the bracket? It's obvious. Nice, well done. Looks good. Yeah, far too nice for the case. Very happy. Oh. Looks like a Redding wing now. It does. Yeah, it's just because of the perspective. But yeah, we'll get you. I'd rather you pick the case. Like, I'm quite happy to buy a case, but I'd rather you pick the case. But as far as like the power supply, I knew exactly what you would need for that. But yeah, I'll bring over the display port to HDMI tomorrow, so you have two HDMIs coming off it. You can pick them up reasonably priced, but compared to some adapters, it's like rather not buy one. It's not looking too bad really, ignoring the floating rock there, but as far as a stone ring goes, I do want to say want to make that into more of a feature, the top stone. But let's have a look at how we tile this. So mapping. So we need to add a mapping. So add input. Thank you. No. Not a problem. Any time for you. Output shader. So I'd like to get into shaders and go, okay, how do we make the thing look nice? Texturing. So red cap will come first separate from the rest. It looks that way. I got an email saying part of the order has been shipped and it just has the red cap, and then the following items are also in your order. So it just had everything else. So that, there, is it just a red cap coming first? So the way I read it is like, well, it can't be a part shipment if all of it's coming, but it also kind of looks like we're shipping the red cap and here's the rest of what's coming. But it's like, it doesn't say later or on this order. I just assume because it's a part shipment that it must be only the red cap. Mapping, I saw it there, vector mapping. So we have a mapping. What do we do with the mapping? But yeah, if the red cap turns up before download on well, if it comes on Tuesday, if it comes by Tuesday, which it probably won't, but if it comes by Tuesday, I'll take it to download and show it off. If not, I'll have to take it to all the local events. Vector mapping when positioned over here. Texture. Texture coordinate. Oh, okay. Is that a texture coordinate? Add texture. So you can make some pretty interesting. Well, you can see it. Awesome. I wasn't sure if this menu would pop up on the stream. Yeah, this white noise texture. If you want like a random pattern, like random pattern generator, you can use white noise texture, feed that into one of these nodes, and use that as just an image generation thing. Texture, checker texture, magic texture, sky texture. So it's not those textures. Oh, texture coordinates, the input value, okay. So this is where you can get some really complicated stuff. Like you go, okay, this thing plus this thing add to that thing, multiply by this thing, and then bend it with this thing. So this is almost like a music software, I suppose, in some way, but just for visuals. Like you would plug this noise generator into this effects pedal, which then multiplies by this and gives some reverb, and then divides out by the stereo or something over here. Right, okay. What do I do now? So I've done that, so I've got texture coordinates, so we need to have linked the UV to the top vector. So UV to the top vector. Cool. Then that vector down to there. So this vector outputs into that vector input. Oh, okay. Ah, okay, so we go 5 by 5. And we now have it scaled. This is allegedly as easy as that. Probably 5 by 5 is not. Put it down to 4 by 4. There we go. Okay, is there anything else you can show me in this video? It's only a very short video, which is cool. I like tutorials that just show you the thing you're after. Yeah, it's not even a 2-minute video. They go, this is how you do it. If it's been useful, help me out by liking, subscribing. That was a year ago they made that. Very nice, useful tutorial. That literally just says add that, connect that, scale that. You got it. So we can go back. So we can go back to layout mode. Oh, we've got shiny rocks. How do we make this? Take the roughness down a little bit. Sheen. Make it sheeny. Ah, so it's mapping that goes in there. Interesting. So I could have done it from here and selected mapping. But I suppose it's just easier to just connect things together. Very shiny rocks. Good, not so shiny rocks, but still shiny. Now I think through the shading, I should be able to make it look less sharp cut, because that looks like it's very chiseled rocks. How's the quality of the stream, by the way, for anyone who's watching? I've changed a few stream settings. So hopefully it's not made it laggy. But I need to check a couple more settings after the stream. Because I hit go on the stream and it gave me a warning that I put my settings too high. I went, I don't really want to stop the stream and restart it. So hopefully it's not affected the stream too much. But I will turn the settings down a little bit. Oh, excuse me. Right. What can we do with this then? Okay, so we can have that coming into... what I could do is detach that and attach that as a base colour. All psychedelic-y. It's almost like a kaleidoscope effect. Okay. So delete that. Let's reconnect the base colour into that. Cool. So I just want to try and give the rock a bit more like actual texture rather than just visual texture. Like give it the impression, the way the light bounces off it, that it's not just smooth rock, that it actually got a roughness to it. Now I put the roughness up, but it didn't seem to have done a great deal. I go like 100% roughness. I go back to layout. It still looks shiny. Generate a perpetually normal from a height texture for bump mapping, typically used for faking highly detailed surfaces. Oh. So might have to do another lookup. I think poking around is probably not going to get me where I particularly want to go. So what have we got? Roughness. Light path? What's that about? If anything, that's probably made it look more like marble, which is kind of cool. I like the effect. Let's go back to layout. By the way, don't forget to follow the other account back on SoundCloud. Oh yes, of course. Yeah, I've not even seen the notification for that follow yet. Wonder why he's looking like that. So let's go delete that. I can always find it again. I like the rock, but I can go through and find it again if need be. But quite liking this stone gate so far. It's not too shiny, but still... The ground is obviously way too shiny. It just looks like he's standing on a massive photograph. Go 100% roughness. There we go. Surface has no shine now. Reflection ray. I do like how it just looks like it's made of marble. That's pretty cool. I don't think that's the aesthetic I want to go for though. So I want this gate to look kind of unassuming, but at the same time mysterious. Not like this was expertly crafted out of marble. It's not quite that. It looks really cool. It does look really cool. Just a little bit of poking around in Blender, you can make some pretty cool things. Take that off there. Yeah, it's gone back to non-shininess now. It does need something though, because if I... It looks a little bit too flat. And rather than actually making the object less flat, like there's one way you could do it is just make the object not flat, but then for every single surface on an object, the engine has to render it and put power into it. So if you can fake the effect of it looking non-flat, making it looking rough through the lighting, then you're saving a bit of processing through on the actual object itself. Let's have a quick Google. How do we Blender Blender texture because it's not roughness, because roughness is a thing, and all roughness is just to say it's not been polished, so it's dull. So the more roughness you put on, the duller it is, which is fine, but I want it to look like there's light bouncing off it, but showing that the texture has a feel to it. How to make a rocky texture. So a rocky texture, you take a flat rock, I'm guessing, and then do whatever this video is doing. So we have the plane subdivided. Oh, is this actually making a texture? So it might actually be down to the actual... Oh, right, okay. Yes, it's displacement they're using. So they're taking a texture and then using the texture as a means to affect the shape. But by doing that, you're actually having to add processing. I don't want to add processing. I want it to be... I want the player to assume it has texture without... How to make a stylized rock. Procedural rock material? That might be something. This is all to do with how the rock is made. So color ramp. So watching this video, it kind of uses what I was looking at with like the noise. So you kind of like feeding noise in and then use the noise to determine which bits are shiny. Okay, what else can I add? Oh, Z, food time, be right back, okie dokie. Let's have a quick look at this video again. Problem on the videos, they're that tiny, the windows he's looking at. It's quite hard to actually see what he's doing without watching the entire video. And by the time he finishes, he's got about 15 different windows. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit just overcomplicated. Is it geometry? Color ramp. So pointiness from geometry into a color ramp. Okay. So what's he using? Got the normal. Right, so he's using noise texture like I have. Okay, so I'm on the right track. Okay, so it's got noise texture flack into normal. Normal's down there. It's got mapping that goes into the noise texture. So from that vector into there. Disconnect upper mode. Then what has he got? Texture coordinates going into the object to vector. Texture coordinates goes to that. So object to vector. So we add a bump in, okay. Goes into height. You can see there's a bit of noise on it now. Right, so we got some noise. Doesn't look like what he has, so I'm not sure what I'm missing. Scale 500. Noise texture 3D scale 500. Detail 2, roughness 0.5. And distortion's down like that. Okay. How has he come up with that? So he's got something that basically looks like a rocky asteroid by just attaching a noise map to it. Not even having any texture. Might have to kind of have a look and follow it through. Looks like it has some kind of texture to it at least. Can we well, it certainly looks rougher, but still a bit too smooth for my liking. But it's kind of got a shading on it. I just wonder if I can if I attach that vector into this vector. Ooh, funky. Again, interesting texture, but not what I'm going for. We still have the noise texture. Ooh, might actually be getting what I want just by playing around with it. Ooh, funky. Don't want any distortion. It's kind of getting close to what I want. It kind of makes it look a bit more rockier, but okay. Look at it in this view, it'd be easier, I suppose. It almost looks perfect here. Some of it looks like it's been stretched a little bit. That's what I'm not liking. Yeah, maybe going slightly simpler would do the trick like that. Yeah, I quite like that. We've got to decide the shape for this stone at the top now. I want it to be symmetrical. Now, probably what the best idea to do actually. If I add a new cube in here and make it approximately the same dimensions as that rock. That's about the right kind of dimensions. Let's see these two rocks coming back in again. I want to go into modeling mode. Go face select, go bezel. That's a bit crap. Let's undo all those. Top and bottom I'm fine with. So we probably need to have it slightly triangular here. So unbezel that bit. Ah, that's what we want, I think. Back, welcome back. Let's go into mesh mode. Let's hide that one. If I'm going to have it that pointy, I suppose I kind of need to take these corners down as well. How does it look on the... I can probably do with... It doesn't matter if it sticks up a little bit, but probably cutting these two corners off so it looks like it sits better with the stones. And I don't mind if it's pointy there, but it definitely looks... This is still for the Revolt Overthrow? No, this is for the new... I might have it as an Easter egg in Revolt Overthrow, but this is definitely for the new game. I'll be working on Revolt Overthrow on Friday. I'm using the same sort of character mesh from Revolt Overthrow here. I'm going to redesign my own characters because I don't really like the way they look. Like for stuff I want to create. It's okay for Revolt Overthrow because I don't particularly care about the characters. The characters have no meaning. They're just there for story. What was that village for? The village was for Revolt Overthrow. So that's for the like the opening cutscene. So this is going to be... I can probably put this in the village. There's like an Easter egg for the new game. But this particular thing will be used on the new game. So I'm putting a bit more time and effort into how this looks, as opposed to Revolt Overthrow is about how it plays, with a certain element of how it looks. This has definitely got a bit more art, sort of thought put into it. So it's probably about 2/3 of the way up. 2/3 of the way up. Subdivide these. Back into mesh mode. Yeah, probably in line with that. It's actually a good idea. Probably need to bring it in a little bit on the sides. Although I could do that with a bit of shaping. Let's see if I was to bevel. Yeah, it draws it in a bit too much there, I think. Hardcore artist name is a homage to my favourite writer. Ah, awesome. That's pretty cool. How does that look? Turn all those back on and stick it into object mode with textures. I'm going to put a like a gemstone onto that. So let's go add. Hardest challenge at the moment is designing a new wobble. Yeah. As I can't imagine trying to keep like a sound that has to be distinct, but at the same time different each time. Like, how do you even do that? Yeah, looks pretty cool. Still looks kind of like a diamond ring. I'm not 100% happy with that shape, but it's better than the original was. In fact, it's like G9 that was called. Let's delete G9 and call that G9 instead. Right, my eyes are starting to play tricks on me, so I'm going to wrap the stream up here. So there'll be no stream next Wednesday because I'll be sat in the field. But we'll continue with this another time. But Friday we'll be back to Revolt Overthrow, trying to get that cutscene done. And then see how far I can get with that on Friday. But as well, there won't be a stream the following Friday. So it'll be Friday and then Monday and then no streams for a week. Then we'll be back on the following Wednesday. So one more stream. So let's switch over to the main screen. I'm quite happy with what I've done here. It's got finding my way around it quite easily. But yeah, I just need to refine it a bit more. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for Cubes for that raid earlier. Much appreciate that. But I'm going to need to get some rest. As I say, I'll be back on Friday doing some Unity stuff on Revolt Overthrow. And yeah, I'll return to this in a couple of weeks' time, more likely. Unless we're doing OpenRA. But we'll have to arrange that beforehand. Have a good night. Thank you, Lisa. You too. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your week. Yes. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy what's left of your Wednesday. And all those awesome notes just floating around. And so I'll be back on Friday. So I hope you enjoy the week. And I shall see you on Friday. Hope you have a good night. Good night.